What's up, y'all? I wanted to make a video about how much I like Mickey Joseph. Just I just watched his press conference. Today's the 20th, yeah. And God, he's awesome, man. I mean, he's just so awesome. How can you not like the guy? Um, I really, really hope he works out. You know, I really, really do. Unfortunately, it looks like we're not going to get Urban Meyer. I mean, I know it's a pipe dream, but we're not gonna get Urban. And I've been looking at a lot of Husker Twitter today, and everybody, Lance Leopold and the guy from Iowa State and this guy, they're all good coaches, right? But none of them bring that pizzazz, and they don't need to bring pizzazz, but from a recruiting standpoint, they kind of do because it's Nebraska, and really, me wanting Urban Meyer is from a recruiting standpoint. That's why I want Urban Myers because Nebraska hasn't had five-star recruits in a long time, or maybe ever since we've had the current recruiting standards. But Urban Meyer would be definitely getting some five-star recruits and a lot more four-star recruits into Nebraska. Um, I think Mickey Joseph, as head coach, can do that also. I think Mickey Joseph would be a better recruiter than probably all of the coaches that are realistically considering Nebraska, like Leopold or Matt Campbell, those type of guys. They're all good coaches. They'd have fundamental programs that'll win 7 or 8 games a year. But I think that if Mickey Joseph does well the rest of the season, which is probably not going to happen. Okay, this is all, you know, wishing. This is me wishing. I hope that Mickey Joseph wins 5 or 6 more games and we go to a bowl and we win the bowl and then we retain him because he will put really good people around him. He probably won't require a huge salary if he stays, and we can have enough money to pay really good assistants. And Nebraska is going to build this amazing facility. Mickey Joseph is already a really good recruiter. He no bullshit coach. He's going to develop really good fundamental football, you know. I think he can be just as good a coach as all these other coaches we're looking at. I really do, but he might bring a little more pizzazz than them from a recruiting standpoint. And I think we really need that. I was watching this show. I can't remember the show. They're on YouTube and they have I think they're an Iowa show, but the guy in it made a really good point. Nebraska probably needs a gimmick to win big like we used to. So in the 90s, we recruited at a very high level and played the triple option, which is why we were so dominant, is because the triple option was a gimmick. It was something that was really hard to prepare for most teams when you're going up against really good talent, right? It's not going to work at a place that isn't recruiting, a lot of four stars, at least um, you know, Georgia Tech, Army. You're never going to win a national championship doing that unless you can recruit at a super high level. So Nebraska needs to have a gimmick that we run. Doesn't need to be triple option. I'm not saying that. Air raid is probably not going to work in the Big Ten and SEC. And I'm going to combine those. I'm going to go off on a little tangent. I'm kind of sick of hearing people say, this is what you need to do to win in the Big Ten. No, it's what you need to do to win at a high level. Because the SEC and the Big Ten aren't really that much different in playing style. The SEC wants big linemen and very good skill players, and there's a lot of pro style offense. Well, Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, they're not much different. And when they play those teams in the SEC is about as good as the Big Ten. The Big Ten is about as good as the SEC. Georgia is obviously better than everyone by a mile right now, but you know, it is what it is. So, anyways, let's go back. So, I think Nebraska needs a gimmick. I think he was right. You can't just go out there and play pro style offense, recruit a bunch of 3-star players, and expect to ever get back to winning championships. And let's face it, I know all those radio show hosts, they hate this. The guys on 1620, they're, ah, you need to just get to winning, 6 games first. No, that's the wrong thinking. Okay? We don't want to win 6 games. I don't want to win 7. I want to win 12. I want to win 14. Nebraska should expect to win that many games, because if you don't expect it, you're not going to. If you're going to say, you know what, we just want to win 7, 8, 9 games, and then you get to that point, and then you're scared to say you want to win more or expect more because you don't want to go backwards. That's the wrong thinking. You know, I believe it's the wrong thinking. I think, um, as far as all the coaches that are available right now, besides Urban Meyer, I don't think any of them make more sense than Mickey Joseph. I really don't. I think he's going to recruit better than all of them. And plus, the guy's awesome in a press conference. And I know that's just like a personal thing that I want to see because he's awesome. Let's talk about another thing. He's the first black head coach in Nebraska history, period, of any program. I did not realize that until that happened. And that's probably a big reason to keep him. Now, I'm not advocating keeping a coach based off the race. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that a lot of the players probably will relate to him a little better than they would a Lance Leopold that we want to come here. The players that we want to come here. The 4-star recruits, the 5-star recruits, the kids that we want to pull from Louisiana or Alabama or Texas or California or wherever. They're probably going to relate to Mickey a little better. I feel like he'd be a better recruiter in the long run than any of those coaches, than a Matt Campbell. Matt Campbell's done great at Iowa State for Iowa State. He comes to Nebraska, he's going to recruit the same type of talent he's getting at Iowa State. Maybe a little better, but it's never going to be, he's never going to get a 5-star. He's never going to get a lot of 4-stars. We're never going to be a top 10 recruiting school or top 15 with Matt Campbell as a head coach. With Mickey Joseph, I think it's more possible. I'm not saying he will, but I think it's more possible. Anyways, I want to know what you guys think about Mickey Joseph. Am I way off here? Do I just really like the guy because he's great in a press conference? I really like what he says, though. He sounds like a no bullshit coach. I mean, sounds like exactly what we need. No excuses, no bullshit, fundamentals. And yeah, that's all I got. Have a wonderful day, guys. People, girls, everyone.